macro numbers of the economy, it is doing well. I think it is severely tilted in favor of older people with money. This is an economy that's very good for net savers, for people that have a low mortgage, or people that have a mortgage paid off, or people that have a 401k. This is not a good economy for a net borrower. All right. The combination of, cost of living increases, high interest rates, high insurance cost. Don't forget that. That is the sleeper issue. That's why we're going to do better in Florida than anybody thinks. But I think the recovery is undeniable. The unemployment rate is undeniable. The growth rates are undeniable. But the whole system, I think, has been rigged in favor of people like you and I.
Yes.
And I think that's causing. Now, we're doing better with older voters than Democrats normally do.
Yes.
And we're doing worse with younger voters. If you think about it, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
the irony is, do they think the Republicans will do any better with younger voters? I mean, that's the head fake of all time.
Well, they're all so younger voters in 2020 were 17% of the total vote were under 30, and of that, Biden got 62%. Those numbers are not going to be replicated. We could see better than we're doing. And among black voters, there were 12% of our voters and 90%, 89% voted for Biden. We're not going to hit that. We're going to have to make it up with older voters and loosely aligned voters. Now, we can do better. I'm not saying we.
So he's going to get into he made some important points, man. When he said that the economy is built for people like him, he's going to explain what that is. People like them. It's not white guys necessarily. It's older people that already have their money together. Check it out, man. He's going to make some good points that I don't hear Democrats really saying. And I was kind of surprised to hear him saying it because there are certain points he kind of kept it real. Let's keep going.
We do better. But the issue that they care about is not Gaza, is not student loans. All right. Unfortunately, for people like me, it's not even climate, although it should be.
Listen to that. What did Clyburn say? It's student loans. See, Carville is not as dumb as Clyburn on this stuff. Clyburn just repeats whatever the DNC told him to say. Carville is a renegade, okay? He's backwards. He says some dumb stuff sometimes. And he's blunt and silly, but he's not wrong, but he's not always wrong, okay? So I appreciate him keeping it real here.
We do better, but the issue that they care about is not Gaza, is not student loans. All right. Unfortunately, for people like me, it's not even climate, although it should be. But what they care about, prices, wages, et cetera, et cetera. I think we should come out really hard for a minimum wage. Raise to $14.25 a goddamn hour. That affects inordinately younger people and people of color. And if you look at the historical chart of the value of the minimum wage, it's pathetic.
I want to go back to the black vote because you've talked. I was listening to one of your interviews, and
before he gets to the black vote, listen to what he just said. He said the Democrats should come out with a $25 minimum wage. Now there are going to be people that say that's too much. It's going to cause more inflation. Whatever. Okay, whatever. They're already raising prices of everything, and the wages are staying stagnant. At least this way, if they raise prices, they'd have a reason to. They've been raising prices. Everything's been going up except wages. So, wow, where's this guy been? All this talk about wage issues. All this talk about everything except money. Everything except money. I'm not saying this because it benefit me. I don't make a salary. I don't work it per hour. Don't have nothing to do with me. I'm talking about all the people that would affect. All the working people it would affect. All the kids coming out of school. All the kids who may not be able to go to college. What about all those young people taking those minimum wage jobs starting out? What about people trying to get back into the workforce? A decent wage. I just heard that Waffle House settled and now they're going to pay like $4 an hour or something. And they got like 5 years to do it, some crazy number. It's up from the $2 or $1, whatever it was paying. It's crazy. People are living off pennies. Okay? So I appreciate Carville even bringing up something that's economic related. And that's saying, and telling the truth too about Gaza. I know it's a hot button issue. I get it. I respect that it's a hot button issue. But for a lot of Americans, when I'm checking out the polling data, it ain't ranking in the top 5. And right now, people are talking like, oh, this is why this is happening. And that's why this is happening. People are talking like that's the reason why Bowman is losing his district. Nah, man. The people didn't like what you said about the Palestinians, supporting the Palestinians, so they're making Jamal Bowman lose. But the attack ads ain't about Gaza. The attack ads are about other stuff. What moves people has always been the wallet. Every election, it's about money. So anyway, now they're going to go to, now I gave Carville props. I said he was talking, that's so crazy. I didn't know he could be sane. I didn't know he could be somewhat a voice of reason. Who knew? But now he's about to disappoint. Now he's about to disappoint. Here he goes. He's going to talk about black voters. Check it out.
Color. And you know, if you look at the historical chart of the value of the minimum wage, it's pathetic.
I want to go back to the black vote because you've talked, I was listening to one of your interviews and you astutely talk about how from a metrics point of view, the poverty rate is at an all-time low, their wages are at an all-time high. None of it makes sense. So please explain the hemorrhaging of the black vote, particularly black men.
I can't, well, all right, let's start. Joe Biden has been the best president economically that black America's ever had. You can say that Lyndon Johnson had voting rights and civil rights. And, you know, Obama was a, huge figure in black American history. But in terms of everything, it's hard to beat Joe Biden's record. It's hard to beat Joe Biden's record in terms of appointments. I mean, there's no one that's appointed more black Americans to more senior positions than Biden. And
first of all, that's a dumbass criteria, and only Democrats give a shit about it. Yeah, only Democrats like Jamie Harris's goofy butt are dumb enough to come out on public TV on a actual, he was on MSNBC, and he was bragging how Joe Biden is such a transformational president because he appointed all these black people. Damn, I wish they were watching this. Carville. Black faces in high places don't have anything to do with the betterment of our communities. Black faces in high spaces don't have anything to do with the betterment of our communities. And it does not pay the rent. It does not pay the mortgage. Ooh, Jamie Harrison leads the DNC. Let me try that sometime. Hello. Oh, it's a power company. I got it, baby. Just the electric company. Okay. Hey, what's up, Smecko? How you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm behind with it. Yeah, the bill's behind, but hey, check this out. Check this out. $600? Oh, okay. 3 months? Okay. About to cut it off? I understand. Listen, did you know Jamie Harrison has been appointed to the chairman of the DNC? Did you know that? Yeah, and Biden has appointed more black people to his black cabinet than any other. Hello? Hello? Baby, did you unplug the phone? Man, they done cut my phone on. That only works if you think I got a house phone. I do, it's in the garage. Listen, man. There are no black people that are living in the real world. There are no black people with real life problems who give a damn about who Biden appointed. I don't give a damn. I'm still trying to figure out what these people are supposed to do for me. Like, what, they gonna go rogue and make sure things are better for black people because they black? Nah, they fall right in line. In fact, too often, When black people get in positions like this, they so worried about going back to the regulars with the poorest that they willing to throw us all under the bus. So I'm not even that. Unless you're a black person that's willing to lose your job to make sure your people get ahead, and there ain't a lot of people willing to do that. People willing to make less money. Okay, I know it exists, but in order to get in those powerful positions, they try to vet you out to make sure you're not one of those people that would do that. You understand what I'm saying? You would have to be a wolf in sheep's clothing for so long to be appointed, to get into a position where you can then switch the tables. Because if they see you coming, they'll do you like they did me. Oh, he ain't gonna talk about black people all the time. We gotta get rid of him. And they set you up using black people. Black people will do their work for them. So no. We don't care who got appointed to what. Latino folks, white folks, Asian folks, Native American folks. See, white people already know this. So do Latinos. Black people, the only people that need to learn this. Everybody else knows it. It's a billion Japanese, a billion Chinese. They've been knew it. They be executing each other for the shit. They already knew that a Chinese face in a high space don't mean nothing for everybody else if that person's corrupt. Okay? I was just watching someone in Taiwan or something, president court doing this. Africa know it. Africans be doing this shit. They be like, Mbubu took all the money. I saw one guy act like he was asleep. He was in court because he was on corruption charges. They was like, hey, man, what happened to all the money, man? What you do with the money? He was like, he act like he fell out because he ain't want to answer no more questions. Because you know, at the end of that conversation, they're going to put his ass in jail. What I'm saying is like all other people already know this, man. White people know white people stand white people in the back. They don't be like, damn, man, I can't believe we got a corrupt white. No, they know that. They know it. It's like only black folks think that black folks gonna look out for black folks. It's a certain, and some will, but some won't. Mexicans know this very well. They be having Mexicans selling out other Mexicans, Mexican police on the take, Mexican officials on the take. Every other week, some shit going on. Like the whole rest of the world knows this, but the Democrats try to act like this. This is why I get so pissed with Democrats. This is why it may seem like I support Republicans. I don't. But Democrats try to lie to us, and too many black people believe them. They believe them when they act like just because they put a black person in something, that's going to change something for us. Nah, man. I'll take a John Brown over a Jim Clyburn every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Hell, I'd say if he was president, if John Brown was president, I'd say, man, bump that, man. We need to, no term limits. No term limits. It's not about that, okay? It's not about that. So Carville's dead wrong. Let me let him finish. But we gotta do better. We all gotta do better, man. This is something we must do better on as a people. We must start detecting this. Who's a sellout and who ain't a sellout? Who's got our best interests and who doesn't? What we see Jay-Z does not have our best interests. Jay-Z black. What's he doing? He want to throw black people under the bus to stack his money. He been that way. We should have known this 20 years ago. The guys he came up with, he stabbed in the back. When he was nothing, and you knew the whole time, and could just part ways and sprint the money and do something, he just stabbed in the back. Change the locks on their ass. So, I know that's anecdotal. But what Carville said, I don't like how the Democrats manipulate this. The Democrats, they manipulate this thing. And they already know they got blacks they can get to, that they could work. And they'll do with the bidding of the DNC, and the blacks they won't do it. They know that all black people ain't the same. They know it's a difference. They know there are black people that are rebellious, black people that are stand up, and black people that won't. They know that. All right, let's keep going. Carville, got anything else for us, Carville?
What's happened, I've said this before, part of it is a male problem. we have a huge male problem.
Yes, sir.
We have a huge male problem all across the board, but particularly, I hate this term, but I'll use it, communities of color, like as if all people that are not white are the same. It's stupid. And I do think, and people got a little upset with me when I told Maureen, New York Times, I think democratic culture has too many preachy females. It's too much. Don't eat hamburgers. Don't watch football. All right, wear condom. Like, man, shit, leave me alone. You okay? I got a goddamn life to lead. Guy works at a tire repair shop in suburban Atlanta. Motherfuckers working 50 hours a week, making $16.50 an hour, and he wants to watch the football game. He wants to smoke dope and drink beer, and then everybody's telling him he's slothful, and they reject that shit.
Yeah, they do. That's the Democratic Party for you. Bunch of micromanaging, and that's the elitist type. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what he said before that too. When he said he don't like using the term, but he'll use it, but he don't like using it. He said people of color. He said as if all non-white people are the same. Yeah, everybody's separate. Everybody's different. There's no monolith with this people. I don't like those terms, women of color, people of color. What's it? Something pole, BIPOC, whatever. Human beings who think differently. You know what I'm saying? Well, cultural differences. That's what it is. So, yeah, man, I didn't know Carville has a tendency to say something, on point did say something totally bonkers. And I think he knows better. He was fishing. He couldn't find anything to say about why black men should stay with Biden. Damn sure knows that a handful of black people that ain't related to, if it was your cousin that got a great job in the White House, maybe that would change how you felt if they were going to hook you up. But what they got to do with everybody else? How is that a selling point?